What the heck's the T-Riffic show? It appears to be a thing where the style keeps changing. First you laugh, then you feel, then you sing, then you think.
Wait, all that in one show?
Yes,
That's insane.
exactly.
You're doing a skit, got jokes to spit, so you wing it. That's absurd. You throw a pun, a slapstick run, and rhyme each silly word. Who would watch a guy in socks trip over props for fun? Apparently, everyone, because it's a comedy where laughter writes the melody with goofy gags and pratfall tags and punchlines flying faster than the flags. Silly faces, weird embraces, nothing's quite as freeing as a comedy. But what if the jokes get tired and the crowd's desire turns low? You grab a pen, you sigh again, and turn the lights down slow. Now hearts are breaking softly, the spotlight fades to blue. It's a balladry where words are painted tenderly with whispered chords and soft rewards and feelings floating gently through the chords. One tear, one true, one soul set free. That's the poetry of balladry. But wait, what's that sound? A beat, a groove, a key change born to move. We got rhythm in our veins, and the crowd begins to sway again. It's a musical, a jam so bright it's beautiful, with riffs that pop and hearts that bop, and everyone claps till the beat won't stop. Snap your fingers, feel that vibe. We're alive inside this musical. And when the music fades away and laughter's had its time, we settle down to stories told in meter, prose, or rhyme. For every giggle, every tear has led to something true. It's a chronicle of dreams that grow ironical, with twists and turns and lessons learned and tales that make your spirit burn. One heart, one mic, one soul to share. It's life retold in chronicle flair. A comedy, a balladry, a musical, a chronicle sincere. From laughs to feels, from beats to tales, the T-Riffic show prevails. Get a dazzling, heartfelt truth and giggle, show it all.
Welcome back to the T-Riffic Show, my terrific friends. This episode is all about friendship. The good times, the goofy times, and the times when things go hilariously off the rails. Let's start off our episode with a comedy routine that shows us that being there for a friend is not always simple as it may seem.
So my friend calls me up, right? Hey, can you help me fix my leaky faucet? And I'm like, sure. How hard can water be? It's just wet air, right? That's basic physics. I thought. I was wrong. First thing I do, I twist the wrong knob. Suddenly it's Old Faithful in his kitchen. I'm soaked. The dog is cowering behind the fridge and my friend is yelling something about turning off the main valve. I thought that was like a suggestion. Then he asked me to hand him a wrench. I panicked. I handed him a spoon. I mean, everything looks like a wrench when you're drenched, soaked, and slowly accepting defeat. The dog even gave me a judgmental look. Very judgmental. So we try again. I try the valve this time. It works, partially. Water sprays straight up. Hits the ceiling. Hits the chandelier. Hits a very annoyed parrot. The parrot now refuses to sing until further notice. Then comes the pipes. The pipes, mind you, are apparently sentient. I twist one. It groans. I swear I heard it say, "Not today, buddy." It shot water exactly into my boots. Wet socks. Wet everything. One sock is still floating in the sink. Alone. Lonely. An hour passes. Sweat, water, and shame everywhere. He asks me to check under the sink. I open the cabinet. Spiders. Not even regular spiders. Mega spiders. Tiny ones in hard hats. They're unionized. Negotiating hazard pay for me being there. And then the plunger incident. Oh, the plunger incident. I tried to unclog a pipe. Instead, I launched water like a fire hose across the kitchen. The dog finally surrendered. I got soaked again. I think I invented a new sport. Competitive indoor flooding. Finally, the faucet stops. I think we did it. I think we fixed the problem. But no, my friend looks at me and says, "Well, at least our friendship is stronger." Stronger. Not the faucet. The friendship. And that's when I realized my true talent isn't plumbing. It's chaos management. In the end, the faucet remains mostly fixed. The dog is traumatized. The parrot is unionizing. My shoes are soggy. The spiders have formed a negotiation committee. And I have been officially banned from all plumbing work ever again. My friend just smiles and says, "You did great, great." That's like telling a man whose house is on fire he's a good firefighter. So remember, fellow citizens, offering help is noble, and also a legally binding contract for disaster. Plumbing? Optional. Chaos? Guaranteed. Friendship? Somehow intact, mostly. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a parrot grievance meeting, and maybe therapy for my socks.
I think we've all had a friend like that, or have even been that friend ourselves. But even if things don't go as planned, it's the laughter that holds us close. Now let's keep that spirit going with a poem that captures how friendship grows with every silly mistake.
When I tripped on your untied shoe, we both went down, then laughed it through. We didn't plan this clumsy art, but somehow stumbled into heart. We failed the test, we missed the train, we got lost walking in the rain. Still side by side, through mess and glee, you found the best in broken me. Our friendship isn't neat or neat, it's tripping twice and landing sweet. For every fall we rise anew, and every laugh belongs to two. We burned the toast, we spilled the tea, we sang out loud, off-key, carefree. Our jokes ran long, our plans went wild. Each moment shared, forever filed. Remember that time we rode the bus upside down in dreams, just us? Or when we made a fort of chairs and hid from worries, from all cares? We got the wrong train, the wrong street, but every wrong turned bittersweet. Through tangled paths and sudden bends, we found the magic in pretend. We argued once about a song, or whose idea was right or wrong. We stomped our feet, we pouted too, but still, somehow, we laughed it through. We swapped our secrets, big and small, shared midnight fears, the best in all. We stayed up late, just counting stars, and patched our hearts from tiny scars. We danced in puddles, kissed the sky, made silly faces passing by. Through every stumble, slip, and fall, you caught me, held me through it all. We got lost in the bookstore maze, and spent our hours in a daze, flipping through pages, stories spun, talking of worlds where we both belong. We played with chalk across the street, colored our shoes, drew on our feet. The neighbors shook their heads and sighed, but we just laughed and ran outside. We tried to cook, a kitchen war, flour on the ceiling, sauce on the floor. We laughed until we couldn't breathe, finding joy in all we'd achieve. Through rainy nights and windy days, through whispered jokes and secret ways, through lost umbrellas, broken phones, through every time we felt alone. We built our own little universe with every joke and harmless curse. We made the mundane sparkle bright and turned the dark into shared light. We cheered for each other's small successes, laughed at missteps and tiny messes. We held our ground when life was rough, found courage in each other's stuff. There were moments quiet, soft, serene, shared in spaces in between. A look, a smile, no words required, a silent spark that never tired. And when the world was harsh or cruel, we made our mischief, broke the rules. From tripping stairs to slipping streets, we turned our failures into feats. We watched the sunset late at night, held hands until the stars burned bright. Shared ice cream cones, got it everywhere, laughed so hard we couldn't care. We whispered dreams that seemed too high, planned adventures we'd someday try. We dared to wish, we dared to fall, and through it all, we had it all. So when the world turns upside down, or laughter hides behind a frown, I'll know that fate, so sweet and true, will trip me gently back to you. Our friendship isn't neat or planned, it's traced in footprints in the sand. For every fall, a laugh renewed, and every dream belongs to two. We'll chase the wind, we'll chase the rain, we'll spill our secrets, bear our pain. We'll climb the hills, we'll cross the seas, we'll find the magic in the breeze. Through every stumble, through each fall, through silly missteps and all, we'll keep on laughing, side by side, no rules to follow, nowhere to hide. So if the plan falls out of view, I'll say it proud, I'm stuck with you. We'll build a world from all our tries, and laugh our way to better skies. Through burnt toast, spilled tea, and midnight talks, through zigzag paths and wandering walks, through every accident, every chance, we've found a friendship that will dance. A friendship born in chaos arms that shields us from the world's alarms. No perfect start, no tidy end, just tripping, laughing, hand in hand. For in the falls we find our song, a melody where we belong. Through every trip and every bruise, we write a tale that none could lose. And so, my friend, I make it true. The world is brighter shared with you. Through misadventures, laughs, and tears, we've built a bond to last for years.
That poem says it perfectly. Friendship is not about perfection, it's about standing through the mess together. Now let's hear a song that captures that chaos and connection almost perfectly. Give it up for Marcus Dean.
In the chaos of the day, when the emails start to stack, I find solace in your snacks and that half-filled coffee crack. Every meme you send me, every pun I can't ignore. I'm alive in this circus, please don't make me do one more. As long as you're mine, the world fades away. In your presence, I'll pretend I'm okay. For now and forever, through the Zoom calls and grime, I'll keep faking it all, as long as you're mine. When the printer starts to smoke and the Wi-Fi's on strike, you're the one who calms me down while I silently dislike every meeting that runs late, every question that's unclear. With you I'll fake a smile so we can both disappear. As long as you're mine, the world fades away. In your presence, I'll pretend I'm okay. For now and forever, through the spreadsheets that climb, I'll keep pretending it's fine. As long as you're mine. Time may fly and coffee spills, but our love will never break. In the chaos of the office, I'll survive for heaven's sake. So let the printer jam again, let the boss just keep talking. As long as you're mine, I'll pretend I'm not stalking. As long as you're mine, the world fades away. In your presence, I'll pretend I'm okay. For now and forever, through the emails that climb, I'll keep avoiding it all. As long as you're mine, Let's try and keep it together for now and always. I'll fake it forever, just as long as you're mine.
Marcus always finds a way to turn disaster into disco. Love that energy. To close things out, here's a story that reminds us that even when friendship gets messy, it's the meaning that lasts.
It started the same way it always did. Henry was late. He rounded the corner just in time to see the bus doors fold shut, the engine sigh, and the vehicle pull away, like it had made its decision long before he arrived.
He bent forward, hands on his knees, breath fogging the cool morning air.
Another missed bus.
Another missed start. His phone buzzed. His friend Sam had texted him, "You've got to be kidding me."
Henry huffed a laugh despite himself. Sam was already halfway across town, punctual as ever, probably shaking his head like this was a personal flaw rather than fate's bad timing. With nothing else to do, Henry dropped his backpack beside the bus stop bench and sat down. That's when he noticed he wasn't alone. An old man sat at the far end of the bench, coat neatly buttoned, hands folded around a cane. He glanced over, eyes twinkling, and nodded toward the empty street.
"Bus always leaves right when you think you've got it," the man said. Henry laughed, real laughter, the kind that slips out before you can stop it.
Every time, they talked.
First about buses, then about mornings, then about how time seems to speed up when you need it to slow down.
The conversation felt easy, unforced, like two people who had unknowingly been waiting for the same pause. Henry noticed the old man rubbing his hands together, the chill clinging stubbornly to the air. He reached into his bag and pulled out a bottle of water, holding it out without ceremony.
"Here, just in case."
The man accepted it like it mattered. They talked longer, about jobs Henry hadn't figured out yet, about places the old man used to go but didn't anymore, about the strange comfort of talking to someone who wasn't rushing you toward the next thing. That's when Sam came running down the sidewalk. He was breathing hard, jacket half-zipped, eyes wide with disbelief.
"I got off at the next stop," he said between breaths.
"You better have a good reason for this." Henry looked up, calm, grounded in a way Sam hadn't seen before. "I think I made a new friend while waiting for the old one."
Later that afternoon, during a slow cafe shift, Henry wiped down the counter when a woman approached. Polite, nervous, smiling, like she'd rehearsed this moment. "You sat with my father this morning," she said. "At the bus stop." Henry froze. She explained how her dad hated waiting alone now, how she worried about him every morning. How she'd driven past just in time to see Henry laughing with him like it was the most natural thing in the world.
"Thank you," she said, placing a small folder on the counter.
"Also, we're hiring.
I think you'd be good here."
When Sam burst through the cafe doors minutes later, still dramatic as ever, Henry just smiled. "Thanks for coming back," Henry said. Sam grinned, hands on his hips. "Always, even if you missed the bus." Outside, the bus stop sat quietly across the street, the bench still warm from the morning sun. Some things, Henry realized, weren't meant to arrive on time. They were meant to arrive right.
Whether you're missing buses, breaking faucets, or turning workday disaster and chaos into music, remember this, folks. Friendship makes every folly worth it. See you next time here on the T-Riffic Show, and as always, stay terrific.